金石华尔街时刻，我是米少于超。本周的大宗商品市场行情，我们在纽约纳斯达克连线 CME 的分析师做进一步的解析。First, let's take a look at the gold market. While the prospects of the higher rates waved on gold, the tariff announcement reversed the market sentiment. Indeed, the fear factor over trade wars, we believe, will outweigh the real factor, thereby keeping the market's upward trend in place. So do you hold the same view, and do you recommend buying the dips at this moment?
Not in gold. I do recommend buying the dips in equities, but not in gold. Equities, I believe, have sustainable, strong fundamentals in the U.S., and I don't think that the trade war, even if it occurs, will be that deep and that long-lasting. I think the president is doing two things. He's appealing to the right base by announcing these types of tariffs, these sort of manufacturing tariffs that are targeted at keeping jobs on in the manufacturing sector here in the U.S. I don't think they're meant to be permanent. And I also think something else is that he tends to speak loudly and carry a small stick rather than speak softly and carry a big stick. He tends to put these boisterous proclamations in place, and then they don't ever really get enacted at the level that they were proclaimed. So I'd like buying the dip in equities, but I would not buy the dip in gold.
Next, let's switch to the crude oil market. The crude oil prices fell from the upper to the lower end of the trading range as the tarnish in the equities market waved. How do you read the fundamentals so far, and what is your outlook on the trading range?
Well, again, crude oil has seasonality on the bullish side of it right now, and that seasonality generally lasts till about June in terms of the bullish trend. I don't think it's going to last to June this year because just the sheer production volume that's starting to come out of the U.S. is going to pressure that lower, I think, a little bit earlier than normal. So I don't know about crude going down in the short term. The fundamentals are bullish. OPEC is not pulling away from their production cuts yet, and U.S. production, while growing, is coming on probably a little slower than it could. It seems like the shale producers are a little risk averse this time, and they don't mind the higher pressures either. So I am looking for a little bit of a bullish tone to crude oil to continue, but nothing drastic.
From the chart, we know the dollar index got a boost from Paul's testimony as the Fed chair sounded a hawkish view on rates. And however, the street opinion goes that they think this will be short-lived as near certain trade wars developed. This factor is a negative for the U.S. currency, which is likely to be challenged by a rising yen that could reach parity. And so what do you think the dollar keeps moving, lowering toward 85 range?
I think after a move up to 92, yes. Really 91.75 is what I'm looking for in the dollar index. So talk about that as sort of a general proxy for the dollar. In terms of dollar yen, the yen has been very strong against the dollar. It's had a great couple of weeks. It's turned a little bit today, and I think it's going to suffer again while the dollar index makes that move. But then after that, yeah, I agree. I think the dollar pushes down into the mid to low 80s on the dollar index.
好的，感谢您收看本期的金石华尔街时刻，我们下期再会。